Once again, welcome back to Netflix Football on another podcast with Neil, the pre-match tactical analysis between the two heavyweights of European football as it stands, Italy versus England to cap off of what has been an emphatic Euros. Lovely to have been watching all the matches from start to finish, and it is concluding right here, right now. Bit disappointed with the result in the Copa America, Brazil going down to Argentina, but kudos and congratulations to all the Messi and the Argentine supporters. No takes there, but he truly deserved it. Then again, this Euros has been a totally different footballing quantity and quality altogether, and the grand stage of football. Will it be coming home or is it going wrong? We'll discuss about that with our expert panel group. Introducing to them to you on screen, you've seen all of them. Trust me, you've seen all of them. You've grown tired seeing me. You'll be growing tired seeing more of them in the season that is coming on very, very soon. So right now, with us, let's welcome the panelists. To my left is Amarto. He is the Italy fan that you've seen. To my right is Dipankar, another Italy fan. Yusuf below, the It's Coming Home Brigade. And Ayanda, as usual, the FPL expert. Also rooting for England tonight because of his Manchester United connections. Of course. Juan DM, welcome to the show. This is the pre-match show with our expert panelists. Also, okay, I'll start with Omarto. Omarto, you were in the first match, Italy versus Turkey. Could you imagine Italy making the finals?
I was talking to a lot of people about it, what people expected from Italy or not. And to be honest, a lot of people asked me as well. So I said it that if this team doesn't go to the semi-finals, I say that Mancini and this group of players, they would obviously underachieve. But they have gone one step forward and they are now in the finals. So definitely, I am very pumped, and it's the final, and I just want an Italian job to happen. I definitely saw it coming, at least the semi-finals or this. But definitely, like, I am pumped, hoping to see the Italian job. One final run for my old man, Giorgio Chiellini, lifting that trophy.
Absolutely. Italian job, Lorenzo Insigne. You get the memo, right? Dipankar, who is torn between Italy and England, but is rooting for Italy at this moment of time. Dipankar, how have you been? Especially you've been rooting for both the sides, and to see them on the final, how does it feel?
It feels really good. I mean, if I'm not wrong, Italy is playing their fourth final in this century, 2000, 2006, 2012, and this time 2021. So it's really doomsday for Italy when they didn't qualify for the 2018 World Cup. I think this time they're really pushing forward to actually winning this trophy. So yeah, I'm
Right.
looking forward to a great match. And as far as England is concerned, I'm not that confident about them. So yeah, let's see what happens.
Shantanda says, I don't think Italy has the capacity to beat this Italian team. Shantanda will be joining us at midnight from the pre-match show. All alone, Shantanda. So don't forget, I was just going to ping you, by the way, but thank you for commenting. Absolutely. Yusuf, it's coming home, is it?
Obviously, it is coming home. And also, Santanda said that England don't have that capacity or capability to beat Italy. I think the same was said when we were facing Germany too, but we beat them 2-0. And now we took revenge from Germany for the 2010 World Cup. And now we're going to take revenge from Italy and we're going to bring it home.
Absolutely. And your final thoughts? You're somewhat of a neutral in this European tournament like me. But England likes of Maguire, Shaw, Rashford, Sancho now. Would it be very helpful if they left the trophy, especially what Solskjaer has been saying in the press conference, in his presser?
Well, let me start off by saying that this has been an enthralling Euros. I mean, it's probably the best one I've watched so far. I think I've been watching it since 2004.
Mm-hmm.
And can you hear me, guys? Is it okay?
Yes, yes, yes. Go on.
Okay. So yeah, and now I've been following these Euros from the very beginning, and Italy has impressed me the most. I would really like to see them lift the trophy because of the brand of football they played. On the other hand, England have also been marvelous. I mean, whatever we say about Gareth Southgate, but keeping the likes of Jack Grealish, Marcus
Right.
Rashford, Jadon Sancho on the bench, and to propel this team to the finals, that is no mean feat. No matter how much you joke about it, it's a big feat for Gareth Southgate. And
All the Yusuf comments are popping up at the moment. Okay,
yes,
we'll talk about Gareth Southgate in a bit, and just hold your horses. Before that, let us actually have a few images that I want you to want you guys to see and relive. Especially this one is for the Italy fans. As you can see, if this is visible, yep, this is goodness gracious. I'll start with Omorto. Run down through the emotions from this picture.
I was not even watching the penalty shootout. When Locatelli missed, I just pulled my shirt out and I was thinking that yes, I'm not gonna watch this penalty shootout because it's very bad for my heart and I cannot take it. I cannot take another penalty shootout heartbreak. I was there when we lost to Spain in 2008 and I couldn't take it. I was just hiding my face, and finally when Peter Drury said in the commentary box that we are supposed to know that a cool penalty when it comes to the final spot kick, but Jorginho has ice in his veins, and then he converts the penalty. We are in the final. Although we were kind of almost the second best for most part of the game, but then again, it's the Italian job. We always come on top when the big moments come calling. So this was what an image. I can totally live the emotions that Jorginho, Berardi, and Pessina are like. I can live their expressions. I can feel the emotion that runs down their veins. Absolutely, what a night! What a night!
Absolutely. This iconic night. Remember Deepankar going on in the chat talking to me about how emotional he was, how emotional his father was being an Italian supporter. Do you think, Deepankar, that they have a real genuine shot at the title tonight?
Yes, absolutely. Because so far Italy has impressed me the most. As Ananda also said that I think this game is still in favor of Italy. The only thing that can help England is the crowd cheering for them in the entire Wembley. And other than that, I think that Mancini is better tactician than Gareth Southgate, and he is considered as a cup manager. So I think Italy has a slightly better advantage. So let's see what happens.
Absolutely. The next image, of course, is something of a bit different, but I can show you. Yep, this one. I'll go straight to Yusuf now. Yusuf, run us through this, especially this goal, the Harry Kane header. Run us down the
See,
emotions.
see, I'll be honest with you. I haven't watched the Euros much, as you know, that I was preparing for something. So yeah, I haven't watched them, but what I have seen is like the highlights, just like after my exam finished. And England have played well, but again, it's like good old England. Like you reach a certain spot, and then you have to have that. You have to show your trophies for the thing. Now today is the day. Italy have played well from what I have heard with everyone, from what I have read, from what I have watched the highlights. But England have also played equally well as they are also the other finalists. So let's see what happens. I'm just rooting for England, and let's hope Harry Kane can produce another goal.
Absolutely. Srijan says, unpopular opinion. I think England will beat Italy tonight 3-1. Would love to be proved wrong though. And would you be love to be proved wrong, or do you think the England side is capable enough as they are?
well, you can't take away the fact from England that they have reached the finals, and except that match against Denmark, they finished it all in within that 90 minutes regulation time. They've beaten Germany, they've beaten Croatia, they've beaten a very strong and unpredictable Ukraine side as well, and Denmark, where even they went a goal behind and did come back. Yes, the manner was not really pretty. There was a lot of controversy regarding that scoring penalty, but. You can't just take it away from the fact that they have the best defense in the tournament. They have conceded only one goal so far, none from open play, only from one free kick. So yeah, it's going to be Italy's defense and England's defense. Which one stands stronger at the end of the day, and that is who will win.
Absolutely. I have a few comments right now. Srijan says loss of Spinazzola and an out of form Chiro might hurt Italy big time. Also says England have comparatively huge depth in the squad. We'll go about that. So just now I shown you the images. Right now I'll go back to Omorto with particularly this image. Omorto, if you can see, we'll talk about the dynamic duos, especially Jorginho and Verratti, especially when Verratti has come onto the pitch, replacing Locatelli was a. So we talked about that, right? We talked about how it was a difficult move, how like leaving out the likes of high performing Locatelli scored 2 goals in the last match, but Verratti came in the third group game, absolutely dominated, and here he is. Do you think, especially Jorginho and Verratti, pair up very well, and it's better to use Locatelli as a super sub?
I think that the best thing about Jorginho and Verratti playing together is that this gives an extra experience to the Italy midfield. Moreover, Barella, who is a bit inexperienced, he gets that confidence boost that yes, I can go forward and join the attack, try to play a 1-2 with the wingers, and try to take up more advanced positions. Whereas these two players are very well known for. Obviously, Verratti is a very good carrier of the ball, and Jorginho in his day, he's a very good register. Uh, both of them, both Verratti and Jorginho, have had their fair share of criticism. Verratti has been criticized for being hot-headed. He has been criticized for being impulsive. He has been criticized for his injury record as well. And Jorginho, we have known. I have seen Chelsea fans bashing him left and right for all his defensive frailties and all the
The
whatever
lapses.
defensive lapses that they have had over the years. But then again, when I see Jorginho in this tournament, this is an absolutely different Jorginho altogether. Like, he was performing well in the Champions League final as well, but this Jorginho is altogether different. Like, I never could have believed that. I was very nervous in the Belgium game. I was absolutely praying, but to see Jorginho pocketing Kevin De Bruyne, I mean, like, that is a joy a treat to my eyes. That is joy to my dopamine as well. So, like, I couldn't even believe that. I think that was the toughest game that Italy could have faced. Spain obviously had their own set of tactics. They tried to outrun the Italian midfield, but then we held up, and then finally we have taken the pressure. Especially these two have absorbed the
Mhm.
pressure very well, and that is one thing that I think will play a very big difference, is the mental factor, more than tactics, more than bench
Absolutely.
strength, more than everything else. I think the mental strength, whichever team has the greatest mental strength, because I think that Italy's mental strength has been tested. We have played a game in extra time against Austria, who were very stringent, who were very disciplined, and they pushed
Mhm.
Italy to the limits. We have played against a very good Spain side that almost outran us. But then again, in those two aspects, you need that mental strength, and there are certain things that will go down as well. That England are playing in their home crowd; they'll have their own supporters,
Right.
own home stadium. So if
Mhm.
Italy score one goal, it will be going to be very difficult for England, considering the fact how English supporters are. They absolutely go out there, boo their players, batter them with all the banter that's up there. And if Italy can
Right.
rattle those English fans, I think that it's going to be very difficult for England, and especially Gareth Southgate. I mean, no disrespect to him, but
Mhm.
he has the squad depth. But if I had an attacking proposition like he has, I would have definitely played more attacking football. So I think that the first goal becomes um, a very
Cracks
crucial
in
aspect
this
of the
game.
game.
Right. Right. Right.
Yeah, very crucial aspect, and these two have a very major role to play in grinding out the result. I will say that grinding out the result, considering the fact that Italy are not the favorites going into this matchup.
Okay, Italy are not the favorites. I'm going to Anand on this to take a neutral's opinion about how Jorginho and Verratti. Would you agree with that they have been by far the best midfield duo in this entire tournament? They've been such a joy to watch, haven't they? The passing they make, the positions they take, beg your pardon, the men they mark. These are cops of truth. The men they mark, and especially the triangles, we'll see more of that in the tactical analysis segment, which we'll come to in a bit. But especially with Jorginho and Verratti, you see all of both of them rotating position, making the overloads, breaking the press, making the press as well. So I've been impressed, and can you agree with the statement that They've been absolutely the best midfield pairing in this tournament, and
Yes, absolutely. Without doubt, Verratti and Jorginho have been the best midfield pairing. Now, I'll just share a small stat with you that before coming into the Euros, both of them under Roberto Mancini, they have had a combined 30 tackles in the midfield, and they have won possession back every time. Now, this press in the midfield has really helped Italy to actually come back into the big stages and even play this tournament throughout. Yes, they did. They were completely outrun against Spain because that Spain midfield trio completely subdued them. But again, yes, Italy withered that storm. They actually came in with a low block where Jorginho, Verratti, and Nico Barella had to stand firm in front of both Bonucci and Chiellini. Yes, it was difficult match, but they somehow plowed through. And yes, they have been by far and by some distance the best midfield pairing. And if you pit this midfield trio, let me say about this Verratti, Barella, and Jorginho in front of the likes of Declan Rice and Calvin Phillips, then this Italian
gets
midfield,
overrun, doesn't it?
it's very superior against that. And England, if they don't address this matter, they are in for a shocking result here. I would say like either drop Phillips or Rice to play in Henderson because he is a ball carrier and he will also win those balls back with the press.
Absolutely. So we'll move on to the English dynamic duo right now. So by far, I'll take Dipankar's opinion and Italian's perspective on this. I was reading a stat, guys, that Italy or England's main attacking creative outlet is just below the halfway line towards the left, especially when Luke Shaw takes his position. And also, you've seen how Maguire has made a difference when he's came on in this England side. His ball progressing stats, his pass breaking stats, his ball carrying stats have absolutely been top notch. By far the best defender with the stats that although Bonucci and Chiellini will have their share of plaudits, but they work in a pair. But alone Maguire, Dipankar, I'll take Dipankar's opinion on this before we talk about Shaw. Dipankar, how has Maguire impressed you? We all know that that's number one. Number two, we all know that Shaw is the best left back in the world at the moment. Can he be the highest assist getter in the tournament? Can he?
As far as Maguire's performance concerned, I mean, Maguire has impressed me the most in this English defense. We have all seen that how much a difference he can make when he's playing on the left hand side of the back three. So when Maguire and Shaw combine well, we can all see that what can happen. Shaw is very brilliant throughout last season and in this Euro too. He, I think, provided 2 assists against Germany, and but from that, yeah, Shaw had an off game against Denmark. So I'm hoping that they can actually have a good game tonight.
Absolutely. Go back to Yusuf on this. Is already wearing red. Yusuf, Luke Shaw, best left back at the moment. You agree with that?
Yes, I think he is like if not the best left back, then he has been one of the best left back. And even if he's not, he has been super for both club and country this season. I don't know about the Euros, as the Pankaj said that he wasn't good in the Denmark match. No problem, but he was there when we needed him the most against Germany.
He is the
And
highest
also the
assist
main thing,
getter, the Yusuf. He's the highest
yeah,
assist getter as a
yeah.
defender.
That is brilliant to see, and obviously his redemption has been superb to watch. Like all those from the Mourinho, his fallout with Mourinho, his injury, and then him coming back, gaining Ole's trust, and then being a regular under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, and now being a regular under Gareth Southgate as well. But it will be interesting to see if he starts tonight because I heard that Trippier is coming in place of Saka, and England might shift to a back three. So let's see what happens. Like, will he start or will they prefer Trippier and Walker on the right side?
Luke Shaw will definitely be starting. That I'm 100% sure about. Okay, so if you're watching new, do hit the subscribe button. The road to 1.5k is on, and you guys, it's absolutely your duty to get me there. Also, if you're new, you can also leave a like on the stream as well. It doesn't matter much, but do that on the watch alongs. Okay, now the most interesting part, the tactical analysis segment. Right now, I'll bring you the images. I'll start with Dipankar now. Dipankar, if you can see over here, this is the match probably against. I think this is
Turkey,
against
Turkey. This one is
Turkey,
Turkey.
right? The first match. The first match.
Yes.
Yes, very correctly said. The fact that what I've been always saying in my watch alongs, in my pre-match podcast as well, Amurtha and Dipankar have been agreeing with that, is that Italy love to play in triangles. They love to play one-twos.
Yes.
They love to make the overloads in form of triangles. They press through triangles as well. We'll show you that in a bit. Dipankar, especially this movement, Insignia coming out, deep, dropping deep, your Immobile moving out of the box to evade his marker suddenly, and there is a space being opened for the likes of Nico Barella. We saw that how Nico Barella got space. Even
Yes.
Verratti doing what Insigne is doing over here. We'd expect more of the same with Emerson starting in place of Spinazzola, who had a horrific injury. And would you think that the likes even have been very susceptible to half spaces away from the Maguire side? Maguire has been spot on over there. Do you think that this is an actual area where Kyle Walker and Trippier would be there, not very, very strong in capitulating half spaces and grasping those areas? Do you think this might be a route one for the Italians tonight and we might see some action over here?
Yes, I'm actually thinking that Insigne can cause problem in that English right side, and more than that, Federico Chiesa can also create problems on the English left side because
Scored
he
the goal
has
from there as well.
yes, he has everything that a winger needs, and he his physique is the main plus side which Insigne doesn't have. So I think that. Harry Maguire and Luke Shaw can have a hard time with coping up with Federico Chiesa. So, and talking about the Italian midfield, Nicolo Barella and Marco Verratti needed to be stopped. Other than that, I'm not seeing this England side doing a very good job against this Italian midfield, which is obviously superior at this moment.
Absolutely. I'll go to Amorto with a different slide. Amorto, if you see this, this is Italy on the transitions, especially Italy after winning the ball. You see Jorginho on the ball, Nico Barella, Insigne dropping in that hole as we discussed, where Spinazzola makes the overlap. Also, you see the likes of Immobile, you see the likes of Berardi, also always in space. They're always in space. They're stretching, one side stretches and one side overloads. That is how Italy have been going on. Do you expect something of a similar sort, Amorto, that we are going to see against England, especially with the likes of Barella, Insigne approaching their peak form in this tournament?
I think that Insigne has a very big role to play in tonight's match, considering the fact that Maguire has been phenomenal over the tournament, but I don't think that John Stones has been tested so much. So I think that John Stones is still very susceptible to mistakes. So Insigne might be playing on his side, like John Stones plays as a right-sided centre back, and Insigne might be up against him. And with the movement that he offers and the amount of skill set that he has, I think that if Insigne doesn't get close down, he'll definitely take shots. Like this is my main point is with Insigne, and my like I love Insigne. I have his name back on my shirt, and I love him as well as I sometimes get frustrated from him for the fact that Insigne always loves to go down the flank and then try to make a pass inside the box or try to make his fullback involved. We've seen that in the Spain game as well. He was involving Emerson a lot. But the thing is that Insigne has the capability to come inside, cut inside, and then take a shot. We saw it against Belgium, and he doesn't do that often when he's playing for Italy. So that is what my concern was. So if he is playing against someone like a Calvin Phillips or a Declan Rice, I think that both of them are not fast enough to match the pace of Insigne. So if he either way gets past them and finds a few yards in front of Maguire or in front of John Stones, I think that Pickford is in big trouble. I have seen Pickford a lot because he plays for Everton. So I mean, he loves to create a statement for himself, like when he says that yes, I am the second best goalkeeper in Merseyside. So yeah, I mean, he can cause a lot of problems for Pickford as well. Like if you see, like if Insigne can beat a 6'7" Courtois, he can definitely beat him as well, like Pickford as well. So he's got it.
I lost my
But
Bluetooth. Don't know why. Am I audible?
yeah.
Am I audible?
Yeah.
I cannot hear you guys. Just give me a moment. Okay, I'll if you guys can hear me, uh, just a second. Okay, if you guys can hear me, I cannot hear you guys. So the next slide that I'm having is England versus Czech Republic. I'll go straight to Anda over this. Anda, what do you think that this England side, especially in a back three, Declan Rice, Calvin Phillips, Raheem Sterling, Bukayo Saka, won't be playing tonight. England are especially playing on the half spaces with wing backs as their overload, and we see Harry Kane dropping deep a lot. Maybe something that we can ponder, something like this, especially this setup in their offensive. Anda, what do you think?
Well, yes, in that when the match went into extra time against Denmark, what I saw was that Declan Rice came in to support Stones and Maguire in the defense, as Kyle Walker actually started the overload, which he had not done throughout the match. Kyle Walker, along with Luke Shaw, were more prominent in overlapping. Now, the fact that what I see is that with Calvin Phillips and Declan Rice both very defense minded, England don't have much option up front. With Mason Mount is given a free role to drift in behind Harry Kane as and when he likes, and when he goes to either side, Harry Kane has to drop deep and try to create more and more. So sometimes Harry Maguire is left nothing with a chance to go for those long balls to Kane when he is up there. But as I said before, with Calvin Phillips and Declan Rice, the Italy midfield will steamroll over them, because then England will have to just go completely into a defensive shell. Uh, England do needs the likes of someone like Henderson to actually hold that midfield, hold the ball, make those passes to cope up with Italy's dominant midfield. And the fact is that if Bukayo Saka doesn't play, then we have to actually see if Kieran Trippier plays as the right wing back and Kyle Walker plays as the right center back, then it's going to be a bit more difficult for Insigne to break them down, because both are such good defenders. And then it will be up to Chiesa on the left hand side to break down Luke Shaw and Harry Maguire. Uh,
Absolutely,
so
because even Domenico Berardi is there. We're forgetting that he's not had a very stellar performance over Chiesa at this moment of time, don't you think? And against Luke Shaw, as good as it gets, the duel.
yes, and as Dipankar said that Luke Shaw did not have that great a game last time around. Uh, I'll say that he was quite solid defensively. If not, he was not
Right.
attacking that well. And Chiesa has been
For
favored over.
attacking side, Harry Kane and Raheem Sterling missed two sitters. He created two big chances. He would have easily got an assist, and he would have
Yeah,
been the top assister if not clowning from Sterling and the wonderful save from Kasper Schmeichel, if you remember. So probably we confuse attacking stats with defenders. Although,
absolutely,
yeah,
because
go on, go on.
that is a very weird thing going around. Defenders being judged on their attacking skills. But anyway, uh, this
All the
England
Jordi
side,
Alba
and
fans will be hammering you. Although he has
yes,
had just one deflected goal this tournament, and Luke Shaw is
anyways,
in the final.
let's not go into that. Uh, we all
That's why
know
I
who's
didn't
the best
see.
at the moment, right?
They're celebrating
But
Copa America right now. The banter
uh,
is in the house. Okay,
yes,
go
yes.
on.
But yeah, so now if Kieran Trippier plays, then one of England's attacking options is lessened. Now, Bukayo Saka, Gareth Southgate does prefer him because he likes to track back and help out in the defense. But in such a big game as this, Saka does not have really that much of a big game experience. Someone like Sancho, maybe in that right wing, we would like to
Don't
see him.
say that name. He'll be hammered once again. No
But
United players.
but England do need creative output. He
Right.
Gareth Southgate, he keeps Jack Grealish on the bench. He gets him on after 65 minutes. So from the
Right.
start, you won't have that creativity. Mason Mount alone can't do much. So
Especially
if
when he's playing from the wings.
yes,
He
because he
cannot
has to go there
orchestrate.
first. Exactly. And if you play Jack Grealish from the start, I don't have any problem. Then don't play
Nobody
Sancho or
has any
anyone else.
problem. The whole Wembley Stadium doesn't have any problem. You see, whenever Jack Grealish is coming on, see the applause. Like Gareth Southgate has done something holy, like it's Christ getting rebirth or something like that, or Cristiano Ronaldo winning the Ballon d'Or again. That I would like very much, but I think it's looking bleak at the moment. Okay, I'll we here on the bit of on the bit later. We'll go on to Yusuf. It's been awfully quiet. This match is against England versus Croatia. If you can see similar patterns, you can see how we'll talk about how Calvin Phillips, Yusuf, forget about the fact that you've not watched the Euros. Remember how Calvin Phillips operates in the Marcelo Bielsa side. He's been doing exactly that and has added creativity to his output, destroying, winning the balls. Got the assist for Raheem Sterling in this Croatia match as well. Also, Phil Foden being injured. What I want for you to talk about is Declan Rice and Calvin Phillips alone in front shielding a back three. They've done their good. They've done a very good job against Germany of all teams against Cruz and Kimmich over there. Tonight against Italy, likes of Verratti, likes of Jorginho, the likes of Nico Barella, who runs in behind, causes mayhem all over, pulls defenders, slips in behind. Do you think Calvin Phillips and Declan Rice would have their work cut out tonight?
This was the first game of England. It was against Croatia, and the two pivots were Declan Rice and Calvin Phillips, as you said. But what Phillips was doing was he was given the freedom to go ahead, as you said, like the way he plays under Bielsa. And Declan Rice was given the role of a wall, like just stay there and come out a bit. But Phillips was given a free role. But as everyone is saying, and also said that Henderson should be preferred in place of Phillips, I think, because you needed ball carrier. Also, Phillips will press, and we all know that Marco Verratti is very press resistant as well. He has been superb for PSG and for Italy as well. One thing for Jorginho is that Jorginho is a sensational player, no matter uh, how much criticism he gets by the Chelsea fans or whatever. Everyone applauses Kante when he plays with them. But Jorginho should also be equally applauded. His long balls are great. Also, his penalties are good. I just saw a highlight where he just dotted and it like
Copied Bruno
nicely, very
Fernandes.
easily. Yeah, maybe Bruno copied him. We don't know about this thing. I
We'll
mean,
never
like
know.
I think
We'll never know.
Phillips has been good, but in the final you don't make mm, that many changes. I think like
You
you have
don't change
to
the winning
take the
combination, right?
yeah, obviously, because it's
Right.
risky. Jordan Henderson can get in and he might be good for the technical point of view, but as Amartya said that in this final, it is not only about tactics. It is also about the
Mm.
crowd cheering, the mental pressure, and with Italy, the experience is there. See, this is where England lack. You all have said that England have this squad depth, but if you see the defense, the squad depth isn't that great. Midfield and attack, I completely agree. The squad depth is there, but no
Mhm.
experience, not that much experience. Like uh, I don't think anyone or many people have won a major trophy as well. Like in England, in Italy, you have Bonucci, Chiellini playing for like so many years, and then like Insigne also is an experienced player. I would say the experience might come in handy this time, but again, if Italy scores, given the state of England fans and how they respond, England might find it tough. But
Right.
starting the game with full motivation, with full inspiration, with full like enthusiasm, England has to do it, and England has to get that first goal to get the crowd
Right.
behind them, and then I think it will be easy for them.
Absolutely. Ankit says Calvin Phillips, the Yorkshire pillow. England fans like us hyping up their players. Okay, final segment is what I wanted to talk about is the super subs. Like these two players at the moment are super subs for both their sides. Locatelli coming on, providing the pre-assist, if not the assist. Jack Grealish, we all know how sensational he has been. Very shortly, I'll take the views of all the panelists right now, starting with Amorto. I'll ask you about Jack Grealish. I'll ask the opposites. How do you think, because they are super subs, how do you think when Jack Grealish comes on, you cannot stop him without fouling him? Do you think that he it will be, especially if the game is nil-nil, him coming on for a Mason Mount, you think that it can just cause trouble, especially the way Italy was carved open by the Spanish just with one lapse of concentration from Bonucci and Chiellini. Do you think that he is the game changer?
Jack Grealish is a sensational player, and he's also being linked to a move to Man City. So I am kind of scared on both the sides as well. But I mean, like on his day, Jack Grealish can, run past defenses like hot knife through butter. But as it stands, that is the final. So you are playing against defenders who have been playing since donkeys of years. So these people will obviously know what Jack Grealish's strengths are. I mean, Chiellini and Bonucci, they have been playing for a long time. And there's a stat that I want to share that Chiellini and Bonucci as a centre back pairing have not lost a game since 2015. So I think that although Jack Grealish is quality, definitely a lot of quality is
Hmm.
quality, but then again, I am assured by the centre back pairing, but the quality that Grealish possesses, this will be very hard for the midfield to contain him. If he
Right.
gets past the midfield, I think that the tracking back for the Italian midfield has to be very at point, because if you get Jack Grealish, he can, if he even if he passes, he will definitely pass it to either of Raheem Sterling or Harry Kane or even a Mason Mount, and that could cause problems because there could be an overload. So he attracts a lot of players. So in that case, Italy has to
Absolutely.
be very cautious of the fact that they
Hmm.
are conscious about the overloads, as well as not fouling him in positions that on set pieces that could be very difficult to compete with. But definitely, like as everyone said, that even I was very surprised that Jack Grealish isn't starting. If I was Gareth Southgate, I would have definitely played one CDM and two midfield of Jack Grealish and Mason Mount. Definitely, I would have done that. I played someone else. I would have probably played Bukayo Saka on the left wing. But Jack Grealish deserves to start for England. Like I think that is a no-brainer. Like he's not even a sub material. He's not sub material in my opinion.
Absolutely. Going next to Anna on the same fact, not Jack Grealish, but Locatelli, who's coming on, providing the necessary steel as well as the creativity in midfield. Do you think Manuel Locatelli could be a thorn in this England side, especially the spaces he occupies in between the defenders, getting his shot away very quick? Do you think the Sassuolo man has what it takes? Both of them are linked with heavy moves to big guns at this moment of time as we speak. Do you think he can be the game changer for Italy, considering the fact the game remains nil-nil at 60 odd minutes? Oinda, you're on mute. Oinda, you're on mute. Yeah,
Okay.
go on.
So yeah, I've been seeing Locatelli since the first game of the tournament, and well, he's been just sensational, getting Demiral to get in that goal against Turkey, and also getting two goals, I think, against who was that? Switzerland. Uh, but
Yes,
yeah, so he can pop up anywhere in that penalty area. That was what I found very strange about him. But if you're an Italy fan, you'd find that very good. But his ability to pop up in those, as you said, spaces and get his shots away on goal is very dangerous quality to have in a he's a
right.
more of a deeper midfielder, not an attacking midfielder in a broader sense. Uh, Manuel Locatelli is one of the big subs I'm looking to see if the game is at nil. Another one is Pasina, because when he comes on, Italy seem to find that their way through and get those goals against Austria, I believe, and also in the last
Pessina
game
came
against
on and
Turkey.
scored two.
Yes. Yeah, yeah. So these two I'm looking at Italy in Locatelli and Pessina to change the game if it is not in their favor or if it is going into draw.
Absolutely. Move on to Deepankar next. In his views, very shortly, Deepankar, do you think that Jack Grealish would be a very ideal super sub and probably the match winner with his goals and assists that he can bring from his locker?
Yes, I think that it has kind of become a routine for Gareth Southgate to sub in Jack Grealish in some 67 odd minutes or something. And when Jack Grealish come on the pitch, he brings so much option in the England's attack. And with him playing on the left side of the pitch, and there is this right back of Italy, Giovanni Di Lorenzo, who is just throwing in some unnecessary fouls and tackles. I think this can cause Italy a huge problem if
Especially with England diving all those
yes.
claims.
Yes. I mean, we have all seen what he did with Jeremy Doku, and
Right.
if if he does this same kind of stupidity against Jack Grealish, then Italy can be doomed. That's for sure. And Jack Grealish is an exceptional player. Like Omorto said, that if he can get past the Italian midfield, he can obviously put some great ball in the box for Harry Kane and Raheem Sterling. So yes, Jack Grealish can be the man for England tonight, and I think that if he come on to, he will definitely come on tonight, come in tonight, and he can actually provide some assist, maybe a goal too.
Absolutely. He's been due a goal. Yusuf, do you think Locatelli, I'll ask you about Locatelli because how much, since you guys have Jack Grealish, how much of a danger man is Manuel Locatelli running at Maguire, Stones, and Kyle Walker?
You see, from what I have seen of Locatelli a bit, like I have not seen him much, but what I have seen is like his unusual positioning in the box. Like he likes to attack spaces, and as we all know, Maguire is a very good centre back, but he is slow. John Stones is also not that fast, and Maguire is also not that fast. If they both leave spaces and come out and just like Locatelli finds them and he will get into the box. So he'll play. He's in the midfield, I think, and he will get into the box and attack those spaces and maybe try to hit one or two and test Pickford or make some for the other. So yeah, it will be interesting to see who comes out on top. Will it be Jack Grealish or will it be Locatelli?
Absolutely. Got an interesting news that right now that the capacity of fans in Wembley tonight, Italy would be 6,619, England 58,000. So I think that is very even, very even if you'd ask me. Absolutely even, absolutely bang down the middle, absolutely. Puns aside, we'll be actually getting off with the stream right here. I'll ask all of you like your predictions, starting with Omorto, of course. Your predictions for tonight. How do you think the match will be going? And inshallah, cross and inshallah.
No, I don't think this is going to be a cross and inshallah sort of match. I think we'll be playing down the middle itself because I think that Mancini is not going to change his strategy coming up in the final itself.
Right.
Hopefully, we'll get the goals, and I
Mhm.
think it's a 2-0 for me in favor of Italy.
2-0 for the Italians is a very predictable and a very bold statement in the same note because a lot of people have been predicting England losses one after the other. I'll ask Dipankar this. Would you agree with what Amorto said, 2-0 for Italy? Does it happen for you?
No, I will jinx as usual, 2-1 for Italy.
2-1 for Italy. And
Yeah,
you'll be going with. Go on, Dipankar.
that's what I'm doing so far. I'm jinxing from the very first match. So, yeah, 2-1 Italy.
Somebody should have told him that jinx doesn't work when you mention them. And and would you agree with the scoreline, or do you have something? Especially, we've seen the Euros, how much different they've been. Do you think that an entirely different scoreline awaits us?
Well, as much as I've seen the Euro, followed it very diligently. Italy are the better side, and like most likely to win. But home advantage does make its presence felt, and England are no pushover. This is a final again, so
Right.
it's a very hard to predict this score. But I'll go with England with a 1 goal margin. 1-0, 2-1, whatever, but a 1 goal margin for England.
A 1-0 margin predicted by Anda. England have still not yet faced anyone on penalties in this tournament. They still just conceded the 1 goal. Final predictions from Yusuf. Is it coming home or is it going to Rome?
You see, what will happen is the match will be tight till 90th minute, and then UEFA will announce a new rule that you can bring out a retirement player. The Wayne Rooney will come in, he'll score 25 to 30 goals and finish it off, and then he's gonna celebrate like he did against Manchester City, and England's gonna win it, and it's gonna come home. That's simple.
Okay, the Yusuf predictions now, proper ones.
Okay, so match is gonna go to penalties. I think 1-1, and England's gonna come on top.
See, you'd bet your life against Pickford against Donnarumma.
I'd bet my life. I'd bet my house. I'd bet my. I can't say that on life. Yeah. So
Yusuf,
you
you'd be
know what I
losing
bet.
losing a lot of things, Yusuf. You'd be losing a lot of things.
This
No,
is
no,
some
no, no,
dangerous
no, no. I
confidence,
just
man.
wanted to come home.
This is
It is
dangerous.
coming home, bro. It is coming home. I'll
Goodness,
eat jalebi
Uh,
fafda tonight.
goodness! All the Indians
nothing.
would be out there with the anti-national slogan that this country ruled you.
Yeah,
Why are you
I've been
rooting for
getting
this
messages.
country?
I've been getting messages, and they are the same people that like watch Harry Potter and appreciate Rupert Grint and then say that we shouldn't watch Bollywood because it's not of that level. And what can we say?
Total chaos at the moment.
Anti-national.
Total chaos. Hope you have your Aadhaar card, Yusuf. People are watching.
Nilda,
Yeah,
there's one thing.
I have my driving license as well. I have my driving
There's
license as well.
That doesn't count for
There's one
shit,
thing.
Yusuf. Yeah, Amar, to go on.
There's one thing as well that like after 1984, none of the host
Mhm.
nations have won the Euros once they're playing the finals. So you know,
The host nation is
we
not
don't
That's
England
know.
this
We
going to
don't
time.
be
know.
It's
Britain.
not
Technically, there is
England
no
this
host
time.
nation, right?
England,
There's no host
England are
nation.
playing in Wembley. They are playing in Wembley. They are as well as co-hosts as well. So it's Rome. It's Rome. Come on, pass pizza over fish and chips any day.
No,
At this
bro.
moment, at this moment, I'll have
Stale
anything.
fish and
I'll
chips.
have anything.
I'll eat stale fish and chips over pizza. Over a freshly baked pizza, I'll take stale fish and chips.
I think
Yusuf has.
England. I think England has already broken the curse of the penalty shootout in World Cup 2018 against Colombia. So
Correct.
there shouldn't be any problem
Yeah,
with tiebreakers.
no problem, no problem.
Yeah.
Pickford
Even
can
Jorginho is
even
make
gonna
that of a
jump
clearance in the goal.
and he's gonna keep jumping.
yes, even Eric Dyer converted last penalty. So you guys are getting my
But
point,
my
I
right?
think
captain, but my
Dipankar Da
captain
want to say
Henderson, he's
something.
always going to live up to my
Against
expectations. My captain
against
Jordan Henderson, he missed.
Jordan
Denmark,
Henderson.
Harry Kane's penalty was piss poor, man. He was lucky
Yes,
that the
yes,
ball rebounded.
गोल
yes.
हुआ ना भाई गोल हुआ ना मेन क्या चाहिए तुम्हें जीते
पेनल्टी
ना
शूटआउट
फाइनल में
में कहाँ
पहुंचे
से
ना
वो रिबाउंड के लिए आएगा?
वो अलाउड है यूएफए अलाउड कर देगा होम नेशंस को अलाउड है आप दोबारा ले सकते हो वो तो वो
As a culinary expert in my degree, I'd not vouch stale fish and chips over pizza. I'd not vouch anything stale. Let's hope the mood is not stale tonight because the European finals are up, and as the tournament has been absolutely fantastic, more than what we'd expected, more than what we'd imagined for this is Ithriel covering the match from day one, and it's 11th of July right now, and I cannot get away with the emotions. Amarto, Dipankar, Yusuf, and Ananda, thank you so much. Also, remember to join the watch along, the final watch along of this tournament, of this season. Before we proceed to the next, do join along in that as well, along with all of you watching.
one thing
Will be upload. The link will be there in around 11:30 पहले खाना है बहुत 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 भूख लगा है come on बहुत भूख लगा है guys thank you so much for joining in would be lovely to be happy
one thing
yeah.
yeah thanks to you for all the watch alongs like I remember you doing 3 watch alongs together and this is like some next level dedication thanks for everything and I
Yes.
hope you achieve your dreams and
Absolutely, absolutely. I second you here.
See, from
I second
6:30,
you, sir.
9:30, 12:30. Huge enthusiasm.
Especially on double match days as well.
yeah he did like on a single day he went for like 3
Yes,
matches
yes.
I remember that
Absolutely tears of joy rolling down my face बंद करके ही बोलेगा ट्रीट दो साले हम प्रेस किया इतना that is coming that is coming
anything, man. That's why I'm not saying anything. I'm keeping quiet.
oh my goodness if anything Ananda says would be used against him on record obviously okay final comment that we say Ankit is in for England so all the Italian fans would disagree at the moment but thank you all of you for joining in would be lovely to have you on the next season as well with the Premier League coming on and absolutely lambasting fixtures from day one but now it's time to focus, time to get your dinners, time to get your nerves up on the rack. Lovely to have a pre-match banter. I'm seeing started the show with a lot of nerves, and I'm seeing all of you in better shape right now. Dipankar, Yusuf, Amortananda, thank you so much. It's been lovely. See you tonight on the watch along. Bye bye.
Thank you. Thank you.
Bye
Bye.
bye.
Thank you so much.
Bye. Well, that has been the panel for tonight. It was absolutely livid. Do join in on the watch along tonight at 12 in midnight. We'll be starting off with everything, the finals, the tactics. Also, Shantanda will be joining us. So do join in with that. This is your boy Neil, who's feeling hungry at the moment. We'll be joining you at 12 midnight. Keep stay tuned to the channel. Do hit the subscribe and the like button as well. Absolutely fantastic Euro campaign this has been. Let's hope to end up on a big note. Bye bye. See you at midnight. Do stay tuned to Netflix Football. Bye bye.